Okay, so what if I told you that an ancient religious text held a hidden code? And not just any code, but one that could pinpoint a specific year for judgment and maybe even the arrival of a Messiah. Today, we're going to dive into a really fascinating claim that connects this ancient code, a specific prophecy for the year 5772, and a very modern and very intense message for all of humanity.
And that brings us to the central question here, and it's a huge one. Could a sequence of letters, hidden for literally thousands of years, actually foretell our collective judgment? It's a pretty wild idea that sits right at the intersection of faith, code-breaking, and prophecy.
So here are the three pieces of the puzzle our source material lays out. First, you have the Torah code itself. Second, a very specific prophecy that was supposedly found for the Hebrew year 5772, which is 2012 on the Gregorian calendar. And third, a modern-day message that claims to be the fulfillment of that prophecy. The source even points to strange events around that time, like a controversial UFO sighting over Jerusalem, as potential signs of a significant arrival.
So, to really get the full picture here, we've got to start at the beginning, with the alleged discovery inside this ancient text. Let's break down exactly how this code is even supposed to work. Okay, so the whole foundation for this is something called the Torah code. You might have also heard it called the Bible code. The theory is that if you take the original Hebrew text and you look for words formed by skipping letters at a set interval, say every 50 letters or every 120 letters, you can actually find hidden messages. Think of it like a giant cosmic word search for prophecies.
All right, so this wasn't just some random fishing expedition for words. The researchers at our source sites were looking for one thing in particular, the Hebrew year 5772. So let's take a look at what they claim to have found.
And according to the source, this is what they hit on. They found the date, 5772. Then, encoded right alongside it, the word Pesach, or Passover, which is hugely significant as a time for redemption. Then they found Eliyahu, or Elijah, the prophet who was supposed to announce the Messiah. And finally, the big one, Mashiach, Messiah. All four of these terms supposedly clustered right together.
And here's the kicker. This is the real core of the claim. It's not just that they found these words. It's that this specific combination, the date, the time, the forerunner, and the main event, allegedly shows up only one time in the entire Torah. According to the source, that statistical impossibility is what gives this finding its incredible weight. So, you have the supposed ancient code. How in the world does that connect to us right now? Well, this is where the story takes a sharp and, frankly, pretty chilling turn from ancient texts to a direct warning for the entire planet.
Enter a figure who identifies himself as Lord Rael. And he delivered a message that wasn't a suggestion or a hint. It was a flat-out declaration. I have returned. The time for judgment is now. And he is the one who will decide who gets spared.
I mean, just listen to this direct quote from the message. It leaves zero room for misinterpretation. The warning is absolute. Any kind of conventional military power is presented as totally and completely useless against whatever is coming. It's a claim of just overwhelming supernatural force.
And it comes with a very specific list of demands for the world's leaders. They're given a simple, stark choice: submit, beg for mercy, and swear loyalty, or face complete and total annihilation, to be blotted out as if they, their people, and their lands never even existed. It's an unambiguous ultimatum.
And here's how the source material puts it all together. On one side, you have the ancient code with its promise of a Messiah and redemption. And on the other, you have this modern figure claiming to have returned, offering mercy and a new kingdom, but only after a period of terrifying judgment. The narrative presents one as the direct fulfillment of the other.
But the message isn't all fire and brimstone. For a very specific group of people, it actually contains a profound promise: the creation of a brand new, everlasting heaven.
This quote is aimed directly at those called his faithful children. It completely reframes the arrival. It's not an invasion, it's a rescue mission. The whole point, as it's stated right here, is to build a new world for a chosen few who kept the faith.
But getting into this new kingdom, well, it's not a free pass. The path requires a total transformation. According to the message, it's reserved for those with an enlightened mind and a noble heart. It demands true repentance, a willingness to give up everything worldly, and a sincere desire for forgiveness.
And all of this builds to one final, dramatic point: the ultimatum. The final choice that's presented not just to leaders, but to every single person on Earth. The context for this choice is one of extreme urgency. The message claims that celestial armies are literally on their way, and that our space agencies know about it. So whatever you're going to do, you have to decide now. There's no time to wait.
And when you boil it all down, this is the choice in its starkest terms. You can yield, seek forgiveness, and maybe receive mercy, or you can refuse and face what's described as a rain of fire and total erasure from existence. The two paths could not be more different. It's salvation or annihilation.
So we're left with this really compelling story that our source presents, an ancient code that seems to point directly to a modern proclamation of judgment. It's a narrative that connects statistical claims about a holy text with a messianic ultimatum. Is it a genuine prophecy, a powerful proclamation, or something else entirely? That's really the question at the heart of it all.